One of the last things that we need to do is to create the fillet on the corners here. We can either do that before we extrude or after the extrusion. So to go back into this sketch, if I'd like to do it before extruding, double click on Sketch in the browser bar. And when we choose fillet, the radius for that is 0.2 inches. And from our dimension drawing, we can see that here in the top right corner, 4 times the radius 0.2, because of course there are 4 corners for us to fillet. So we have it set at 0.2. It kind of gives us a preview of what it would look like. And so you can click in the corner to make that happen. And obviously it throws some things off. Ignore that for now. And just keep clicking around and it resets itself so everything is properly positioned. Alright, so the fillets are finished. And earlier I said that we would create these blocks separately. That's not what's happening here. Because of the way I've created this sketch, when we go to extrude this, it's going to extrude as well. So we'll manage that when we get there. So let's extrude. The depth for this extrusion is 0.31. We need to select the face that we want to extrude. Make sure the distance is 0.31 and click OK. So as you can see, these blocks have extruded as well, and according to our dimension drawing, we need those to sit back just a little bit from this front. The measurement for that is 0.03 if you were to measure that with dial calipers. So back in an Inventor, we're going to create a new sketch on this front face, and we're going to start by projecting geometry. That way we can place a rectangle here, and we'll create a cut to push it back that 0.03. So let's place a rectangle on the front of each one of these blocks. Be sure things are turning green in the corners to make sure it's lining up properly with the geometry that we have. And so now that we've finished that sketch, we can actually extrude all 4 of these sketches that we made, but we don't want them to pop out. We actually want them to be a cut going the opposite way as it's showing now. And yes, we do want a specific distance. It's going to be 0.03. Click OK. And it cuts them back just that much. This would be a good time to save. There are a couple more steps that we need to take. One is to fillet and round off these corners. So according to our dimension drawing, this fillet that's happening on the front of the block, 4 of those times the radius of 0.05. So when we choose fillet, now we're in the 3-dimensional piece, and we do need to select the edge, that front edge of the corner. And, oops, got it set at 0.125, and we want that at 0.05. Okay, so change that one to match. There we go. And click Apply. And we can X out. So our fillets look good there. We also need to flip around to the back of this shape because the back should not be solid. We're going to shell this particular plate. That helps reduce weight, helps reduce materials, costs. So we do need to select shell, select this back face, and change the thickness to 0.01. Click the check mark or OK. And now it essentially looks a little bit like a cookie cutter, but we have our shell. If you want to change the color or change the material, ABS plastic. I like the blue wall paint. It's glossy, it's shiny. And we have the passenger base plate. Now's a good time to save.